I know I did a big review, but I got some more to get off my chest. I did watch a little bit of Scooby Doo, the old version, and What's New Scooby Doo, and some of the direct to video movies that I'll review the direct to video movies. But here's my list of all the shows I watched, so I remember. It was where Mystery Incorporated ended with them going to a new universe where they weren't friends with each other. It's more realistic and stuff. That was funny. The Batman, I enjoyed that. Spy Kids Mission Critical, did not like the character designs. Ruby Gloom, I really enjoyed that show. I wish Skullboy and Ruby confessed their feelings to each other, but I like the art style and the theme song. Ruby Gloom. Puka, fun animated show with a bunch of good actions. I love Garu or Garu as he's called in the original show. Also watched the 3D animated Puka show. The original Puka show, Puka is obsessively creepy with Garu, literally forced kissing him and other stuff. So that's sad. Avenger Time, I watched up to season 5. I rewatched the first 2 seasons. Yeah, it's a really good show. First 2 seasons only had like one episode that I didn't really like. Like, the first season was the Ricardo episode. The second season was the episode where Jake was like, "Oh, you better get a girlfriend so you could watch a movie." And so Finn thinks of the two friends that are girls, Princess Bubblegum, try to forcefully kiss her, and then I forgot her name, Marceline. Did not like that. But then, like, later in the show, he gets he's a little bit creepy towards Princess Bubblegum. It's like a reveal she's super old. That's why she's not into him, which makes sense. I would just wish she told him, though, instead of letting him think that there's a possibility of them getting together. Oh, and how he treated Fire Princess during the episode where he had wet dreams about Ice King and her fighting and literally manipulate them into fighting each other by saying mean messages to each other. So he deserved to get broken up with. 16, I enjoyed that show. The first episode I ever watched as a kid of it was the zombie episode, so I literally thought that's how the show ended. Camp Lazlo, don't remember the show, but I remember watching it. Kick Bukowski, I love the show. I love the main character. He's so cool. Uh, yeah, like I literally used my imagination as a kid to imagine Kid Kapowski being my friend. My Night Me was a Cartoon Network, canceled after 1 season. Only watched like the first like 5 episodes. It was probably just okay. The Backyardigans, watched it as a kid. Dora, Blue's Clues, Wonder Pets, Wow Wow Wubsy. I remember the theme song to that show. Wubsy, 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 wow wow. I haven't rewatched any of those shows. Diego Go, Uncle Grandpa. Uncle Grandpa's a zany show. Still can't believe they showed a picture. The creator drew a picture of Uncle Grandpa with a gun in his mouth after the show was canceled. Zig and Sharko. He's just basically the Roadrunner, but Zig wants to get the mermaid princess to eat her, and then Sharko's the bodyguard. It was a good show. It was on Netflix. Avengers Assemble, a cute little kids show, not as good as Superhero Squad, but still. Spectacular Spider-Man, sad that show left on a cliffhanger and people were so mean towards Peter Parker. Ultimate Spider-Man, people were mean to Spider-Man like his team was. They all made fun of him, didn't treat him with respect, especially during the Deadpool episode. But the Deadpool episode, like, his voice was so annoying. Couldn't they have gotten someone else? Batman Brave and the Bold, good Batman show, lighthearted and stuff. Batman's literally just the main character in that show. It literally helps all of the superheroes. A whole bunch of superheroes love him. He's the best. He's God to us. Garfield and Friends, a 2D animated show with Garfield, and then last like 5 or 10 minutes is animals. And I thought that part of the show was cute too. I like the theme song. Spider-Man, Amazing Friends. The animation could have been better, but literally the start of Firestar and him being friends with Iceman. Devilman Crybaby, the Netflix version. It was sad. but I enjoyed it enough. Overly Cautious Hero, I enjoyed that show. I liked the main character guy. He was so funny. I mean, he wasn't the main character. The main character was this goddess, and there was some interesting lore behind her. She's a reincarnation of the overly cautious hero's previous love. That's why he's so overly cautious. It was a little confusing whether or not he remembered her or not, but he probably did. But it was fun. They made fun of the harem in that show, because I do not like harems, because it always ends awful in most shows. High School Host Club. Sadly, Katera forced my sister made me watch the show, and I don't know. I mean, it was good, but I didn't like how the way it ended, because it was literally a host club of making you feel good if you're a girl. Fire Force season 1, I enjoyed the show. I thought it was good. I really loved the ending between him and his younger brother, where they were fighting and he was going super fast and stuff. That was incredible. But I didn't watch season 2, and turned out it was connected to Soul Eater and got weird from there. Full Metal Alchemist, watched that as a kid. I remember clearly them going inside the real world with the Hindenburg disaster, so that was weird. But I like his younger brother. That was cute. I already talked about Naruto. I watched all Assassination Classroom. Felt bad that the main character was abused by his mom. Like, not physically. Well, I think so. Like, his mom forced him to be a woman, basically. He's like, you have to have long hair. Like, traumatized him. Dead Man Wonderland, remember when that was on Netflix? It was just a kid trapped in a prison because he was falsely accused of something, and he had blood powers. I like the girl companion he was with, and the show ended with just them chillaxing in jail, so they didn't get out of jail. Psycho-Pass, remember watching that show as a kid? Don't know how far I got in there. Probably to the end. Attack on Titan season 1, because it was only on Netflix. I enjoyed it enough. Talked about Dragon Ball. Tokyo Ghoul, only watched the first season, because all the other seasons he kept getting amnesia and like becoming a different character. But I like the first season's ending. It was so sad with him carrying his dead friend, and like literally you hear the main song with him walking. I thought that was like the coolest part of it. It's like very good. No You Come. I don't know. That was said the show is, but then the English version is called My Mental Choices Are Completely Interfering with My School Romantic Comedy. I watched this show when I had Crunchyroll, like back in like 2017 or 18. I like the premise, him getting forced to do choices in his head, otherwise he'll die. You can't watch the show now, but like literally at the end, it was revealed he had to choose a girl, otherwise this will continue forever. And guess what? He was just like, okay, I'll just not choose anyone. I mean, it makes sense, but like it was weird. But literally, the girl with the white hair, she hides her emotions, but she's like, oh, he only likes people with big boobs. He'll never want to be with me, but I want to be with him. She confessed like 3 times, and he would be accepting of her. He totally would, but she keeps hitting him on the head, making him forget. But like at the end, there was like this weird, like rich girl with crazy gadgets and stuff. But literally, they had like no like romantic thing. But then at the end, they are like, she was scared at an amusement park in the water park, like a horror section, and then he gave her a piggyback ride, and then she's like, I love you now. And I'm like, dude, you did not build that up correctly at all. Let's see. Watched Teen Titans Go, mostly because of the DVD. Got my 3-year-old sister the DVD, and I watched. I basically watched a whole bunch of that show, but I feel so bad for Robin. People hate him in that show. He keeps being mean treated and stuff, so it's hard to watch that show. Because, like, even though he doesn't, a little bit controlling. I mean, no, he's super controlling, but mostly because he has to be. But he keeps getting mistreated because the other characters are dumb. But then they did a thing in the later seasons where, like, one character becomes the voice of reason, and then the others are idiots. So, Okay, Back at the Barnyard. I enjoyed that show when I watched it as a kid. You have to buy it now. Annoying Orange TV show. I watched it when I was a kid. I enjoyed it, even though I didn't watch the YouTube videos. I mean, I watched like a few on YouTube, but like early or Annoying Orange. George of the Jungle. Watched that 2D anime show. Super Mansion. It's a puppet stop motion animation show about superheroes living in a mansion. And I thought the first season was good. I did like the characters and stuff. I did watch the entire show. It was good. It was interesting lore and stuff. Robot Chicken, enjoyed. Already talked about South Park. Emperor's New School. I watched all of that. Pac-Man's Ghostly Avenger. I enjoyed that show. Crazy Lore. I love Pinky. I wish she and Pac-Man actually got together. Hannah Montana. I do not remember this show. Only like the stuff with the little kid that does like pranks and stuff because he was the best part about the show. That's like the only thing I remember is him on that like beach storefront. But other than that, I did not remember the show. But my dad told me I watched and loved that show. Kicking It. I watched this show. I enjoyed it, but it's like, there was these, the main character and like a girl character never confessed their feelings to each other during what I watched on Netflix. I bet they do at the end, the official end of the season. My Vampire Sitters, 2 seasons of the show. Didn't watch the movie, but I watched 2 seasons of the show. I like the main characters. Like there's a wizard, kid character, and best friend with the main character, and the best friend's like a seer. I mean, the main character is a seer, and it's very cool. He looked like a MatPat. Loved their dynamic with the vampire girl, but it ends on a cliffhanger with most of them dying except for 2 blonde characters. Z Nation, watched like 2 seasons of this show. It's a zombie show. I enjoyed it enough. Seinfeld. I just I started watching it and I just skipped through some stuff. So just like skip to scenes and stuff I like. But I don't really like Kramer. Power Rangers in Space. I remember this show because they had a crossover with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think I also watched the Dino Power Rangers. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Next Generations. Not that good of a show. They literally had a girl, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which isn't bad. Her name is Venus. They give her boobs and everything, but it was just weird. And then Defenders, because I watched that Netflix show. I thought it was okay. And then I watched most of Luke Cage season 1. I thought it was good up until they added his like evil half brother. I tried Jessica Jones season 1. But I couldn't get through the first episode. It was too boring for me. Iron Fist, I didn't even bother watching that. They didn't even give him his costume. And I think that's all the shows. Yeah, so it's a crazy show list. Of course, I've watched more shows. I'll do actually one videos and stuff. But I just wanted to do like an overview of all the shows I watched or remember watching. So I have a detailed list just in case if my memories start to unfold when I'm too old to tell anyone. So yeah, thank you whoever watched this, and bye.